Here we go, the 102nd country, Guinea. So I have to squat down a canoe to cross the border from Guinea-Bissau to Guinea. And after crossing the border into Guinea, we changed another vehicle on the Guinea side. The road conditions was very bad, and the only good thing was seeing rainbow again. A Sierra Leone man sat in the front seat with me next to the driver. He made me almost crazy on the journey since he doesn't allow me to sleep because he thought once I fall asleep I might occupy much more space, and due to we share only one seat together, so the space is really limited. So I have to suffer from tiring, exhausted, and that might risking causing motion sickness. Every time when I almost fall asleep, he poked me. I was pissed off, but there's nothing I can do. And late night, we arrived at a small village. The driver stopped. I thought he just stopped for food. I waited a long time, and still we remain the same place. And so the driver is not going to continue the journey at that night. So all the passengers either slept in the car or on the road. I found a table outside of a shop, so I slept on it. That was my very first time to sleep on the table in my life. Next early morning, we departed again. On the way, a local man bought me a lunchbox. When I was trying to bargain for the food, I was trying to ask for a small portion and to charge me a little bit less, but they didn't accept it. So anyway, I got a free lunchbox, and then I met a lot of beautiful people in West Africa actually. Some just bought me food. I didn't mean to take advantage from them, but I really treasure their kindness, in Black Africa, where everyone is expecting something from you. And on the halfway, our road was blocked up by 4 trucks. And the rainy season made the muddy road even more challenging. So we have to drive from the forest. Everyone got off and pushed the car, including some teenager villager. Finally, we passed the blocked area, and then we arrived at Conakry in the evening. I called my couchsurfing host, but no one answered the phone. So in the midnight, I was carrying my backpack and trying to find accommodation. A local gentleman drove his car and saw me. He didn't speak any English, but he used French to try to explain to me that I will cause problem as a solo Asian girl walking in the darkness at this time. He asked me to get on his car, though he's a stranger, but I had no other option. I told him I want to find a guest house. He said he will help me. So he found me a motel. There was no tap water, and then you will find used condom in the toilet. It's not an ideal one, but it's too late. And then I was on the road, for the past 2 days. And then I was during my period, so I am exhausted. I think I will just accept that condition, since I used to stay in motel in Ethiopia, where got used condom everywhere, underneath the mattress, and even inside the toilet. So I can stand it for my budget option. So the motel in Africa are all like this style in my perception. the local man who helped me thought I got no water. Actually, I was saying there was no tap water in the motel. But anyway, he took me to the shop next to the motel and bought me a big bottle of water. Then left his contact to me and told me to call him if I need any help tomorrow. Then I went to bed. Next day was Friday. I have to get up and went to the embassy to apply Liberia visa, though I really wished to sleep a little bit longer, but still I got up. I stored my luggage in the guest house, and then I told the owner that when I came back I will collect my luggage and pay for my stay. So I went to the embassy and did the application. Then I walked into a French guest house to borrow Wi-Fi in order to search some hosting opportunity. I was considering maybe just to sleep in that guest house for a night, but the cost of staying is a little bit out of my budget. Sometimes I can just use tears to release my emotion, So I was still asking around, and then my tears falling down, and eventually I got a contact from another Chinese traveler. He used to be hosted by a reunion lady here, so he shared her contact with me, and the reunion lady hosted me in Conakry. And in order to show my appreciation to her, I cooked Chinese food for her several times, and she really enjoyed it. After receiving my Liberia visa, I went to apply Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana visa. During the process for applying Ghana visa, I cried again because I was so worried. After the visa stuff, I finally got time to sightseeing. So I watched the aerobatics in Conakry. Also, I met a Chinese girl who works in Conakry. Her name was Anita. She speaks fluently French. She followed my social media account, and we met in a local supermarket. She told me she got no social life during the time in Conakry for the past 4 years. So I took her to a party with my host, Fafa. My host, works as a teacher in a French school, so we went to a party made by her colleagues. Anita was so kind to me. We swam and showered together. She took me to her place to eat the Chinese chef's cooking. Also, she treated me Chinese food in the restaurant and packed me snacks for my ongoing trips. She also taught me how to cook a Chinese dessert. We had a good time together, and still we keep in touch. In Conakry, every day I met beautiful people. Sometimes, local people offered me lift proactively. The first night when I was in Conakry in the motel, the owner didn't take my payment. And I still remember he said, okay, just save the money for my ongoing trips in case of emergency. And remember, if I need anything, just welcome to come back to the guest house to get any assistance from them. I feel just so touched by his words. And sometimes local people offered me lift proactively. And then the first day when I was borrowing Wi-Fi in the French guest house, and the staff offered me lift as well. So I really enjoy meeting the local people in Conakry, but except the police, because I encountered a few times the corruption from the Guinea police, but every time I said no. Even during my descent back from the country, I encountered twice. But eventually, I won, because I will never say yes to corruption. So thank you very much for listening. The next